Hey y'all, and welcome to the Southland Piper. I'm your host Tim. Hope you're doing well today. I have this Peterson system pipe. It's a standard. It's dirty. Needs a little work on it, but nothing serious. So let's turn around to the workbench and refinish this pipe. Well, this is a rusticated version of their 301 pipe. It's a good size pipe. P-lip. Stem looks like it's in good condition. Now, just by their very nature, these system pipes, which I don't know how well you'll be able to see down in there, but you've got the draft hole and you see it off to the left in the picture, and then you've got a well that goes on down, and that's to catch the moisture and such. These pipes, because of their design, can be a little tough sometimes to clean. So I'm going to do a retort on this one. I've got a video about my retort, but I'll show it here a little bit. But let's go ahead and do that first thing. Okay, here's my burner, my flask with the alcohol. This is a chimney that will go on top of the pipe to vent away the vapor. Vapor can be a little harsh, maybe a little too small. I need to find my other one. It might stay in there. We'll see. And then I've got my transfer tube. Alrighty. Hope I didn't cut it too long. Maybe I didn't. Now, the first time around, it's going to take a little while, and hopefully you'll see some steam, some vapor rising up out of the end of the vent tube. And we'll just start to wait. And yes, I know that bruise looks pretty bad. I had to have some blood drawn the other day. As y'all know, I'm having some little health issues, but that's all that is. All right, we're starting to boil. I don't know how well you can see that. The next thing we'll do is we'll look for some vapor to come out the vent. All right, I've got some mist. I don't know how if y'all can see that or not. I've got some vapor coming out, so I'm gonna remove the heat, let that settle down, and then I'm gonna bring it up, and we should hopefully get a little negative pressure. Yep, there it comes, and it should spill back in. Now, see if I can dump the rest of it back in, and let's run that one more time. It's a great way to clean a pipe. A little bit of trouble, but it's very superior to doing the alcohol and salt or alcohol and cotton ball because of the heat component that you use. Nice thing about the salt or cotton ball and alcohol is you can treat several pipes at a time. The nice thing about this is you can get this done in a matter of minutes. All right, I've got a vapor coming out the end again. I'm gonna let it go a little longer this time. Get a little bit more fluid in there to condense at the bottom of the pipe. All right. Yep, there's the negative pressure. And it's just that easy. Well, one of the main things that did for us is soften the cake up inside, even though it looked like it had been previously reamed. I thought it had breathed a little bit better than what it had been. May have to do the retort again. We'll see. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right. And while the stem is still warm, I want to go ahead and put a pipe cleaner down through there. Might have been a little ambitious to try to use to use one of these bristled ones. Yep, a little over anxious. Regular pipe cleaners, and we may have to, these are still tapered, may have to go to a non tapered. That's the only downfall to these things is sometimes they can be very difficult to clean, to get a pipe cleaner through. All righty, it's right there. Let me keep messing with it. It doesn't appear to be too dirty. All right, the stem is not terribly oxidized, but it is oxidized, so you can see a little bit. Maybe it's on the top. So with this thing sat in a rack a lot, but there's the oxidation on top. We'll drop it in there and let it soak for a little while. All right, I've got that stem soaking, and we'll clean up that. There's that moisture well. Um, the retort's going to loosen things really well, so it'll clean out. But it doesn't mean that when you go to pour it out, it takes everything. So it'll take a little bit. Well, let's take my endoscope and look down at the bottom of the bowl. We're seeing these fissures, and I really don't care too much for that. They can happen from heat of the smoking or just as the wood continues to dry and such. But I think I'll do something about these, seal these up with some sodium silicate, and that'll take care of them permanently. Well, let's see what we can do with those little fissure cracks there. I've got my activated charcoal right here, and we're going to use the sodium silicate. The second time to try the sodium silicate. The first time I used it, I wasn't real happy with um, the results. I actually went back before it totally cured, and I didn't film it. Should have, but I took a reamer and went inside the bowl and sculpted it more. And it's simply when I repaired that one, I just did not keep rubbing it long enough. All right, let's pour out a little bit of this. I'm still learning with this stuff. It's only my second attempt. Those little fissures at the bottom of the bowl probably, I mean, they won't really hurt anything. Somebody's not even, when somebody was smoking this pipe, they weren't smoking it all the way down to the bottom. There was a dottle there that was protecting the bottom. But I just like the idea of getting those sealed up, and that's what I've decided to attempt. A little bit more. Other than that, the pipe's in great shape. Um, I could do some pipe border down in there, and it'd be just fine. But I'd rather know that this pipe has been taken care of properly. So that's what I'm attempting to do here. Get the stick on the bottom there. Yep, I think I can do that. Get it off the top. Now I'm just going to start turning that. I just got to start turning on that and keep turning. What I'm looking for is little balls of almost look like rubber come out. And hopefully it won't be my glove. Yep, we want these little crumbs coming out. And some's going to get up on the side, and that's fine. But this will seal these off, and they will never be a problem. These will be permanently sealed. The pipe water would definitely be easier, but this is a much more permanent repair. Let's take another look at the bottom of this pipe after we've repaired it with the sodium silicate. You can see that all the little fissures have been filled, and so that's a permanent fix, and they shouldn't cause any issues going forward. The stem ought to be good and ready to come out of the solution, the deoxidizer, in about 6 hours. Now, the underside of the stem wasn't oxidized very much, but the top sure was. So let's see how this came out. The top of the stem had that very golden sort of khaki tan color, and it looks like it's cleaned it very nicely. An oxidation cleaner is just hard to beat. Good job. Pretty good when I'm going to just take a t-shirt and get it to that gloss. That's some roughness right there. I'm not sure what that's from. That ought to sand out. Tooth mark there. That shouldn't be trouble. Don't really see any problems. I'm still liking my little hold down strap. It really helps on finger fatigue when you're working with these stems. Almost got all that already. I believe that's got that. Alrighty. Couple of tooth marks. Very small. I think we can put it on the buffer. But before we buff the stem, which will take a few minutes, we'll go ahead and put some this cleaner, briar cleaner on. And it can be working while we're on the buffer. All right, the stumble is still soaking in that cleaner, but I finished buffing the stem, and that turned out just fine. That mark right there, like I said, I'm not going to take it all the way out. Number one, it's below the level of the band, and you're just probably going to make new marks anyway. That's just sort of a characteristic of a military or push style stem. A lot of times you'll end up with little pressure marks or other marks because of the way it mounts into the stumble. But anyway, that's done. So we just got to finish cleaning up the stumble, and then we'll probably put some of the restoration balm on it and finish with a little carnauba. All right, we're just going to scrub this down using a soft toothbrush and a little bit of water. It's looking pretty good and clean. If I don't like it. After we do it, I can always strip stuff off and put a coat of something on it, probably black or dark brown, but we're just going to go with what it's got going for it right now. All right, let's buff this up a little bit. On rusticated and sandblast pipes, I like to use the restoration balm and then also run a little carnauba, run it on the buffer with a little carnauba, and it just seems to really make it pop. But if you don't have a buffer at home, this stuff is really good. All right, let's hit it with the buffer. All right, well, we're finished. I think it turned out really well. Stem looks great. Little fuzz there, but little marks I got cleared up. Um, Fits really well. Like I said, you're going to have these marks on push mount stems. It just happens, but stubble cleaned up really nice. Got those little fissures taken care of inside the bottom of the bowl, and just all around looks like a nice pipe. I appreciate you sharing your time with me today, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.